Good morning from the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. Let's take a closer look. And today is very busy. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy. If you look at theirs, it's a little square. Ours at Walt Disney World is circular. Check it out, Goofy's out. He's in his skeleton costume. And the Main Street Band is playing this morning. Hi everybody, welcome to the world of Micah. Today I'm going to show you things you might not have noticed here at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Now before we get started today, go ahead and click that subscribe button because it's free and it'll keep you updated with my latest video. While everyone is waiting to get their photo with the giant pumpkin, they're missing out on Walt's opening day speech. You know, the famous one, "To all who come to this happy place, welcome." It's right here. You can read the famous speech and stand exactly where Walt stood when he gave the speech. Walt would have been standing somewhere around in this area. Unlike Walt Disney World, Disneyland has a lot of trees in their Main Street area. And although it's not humid here like it is in Central Florida, it does get pretty warm in Southern California, especially the sun. These trees can definitely help you on those very sunny days. There are some similarities and differences to the Main Street here at Disneyland compared to Walt Disney World. For instance, at Walt Disney World, most of the shops here are one big shop that continues all the way down Main Street. Here at Disneyland, they have a few separate shops. They have a few arcades, and they also have one special store that I always like to stop in when I'm here. The Main Street Magic Shop, featuring Houdini magic. And did you know back in the day, Steve Martin actually worked in this magic shop? Check it out. You can buy all kinds of books on how to do magic, and they have different tricks right over here. There's the picture of Steve Martin autographed. It just makes it feel more real. Like you could just walk in there and buy some magic tricks and become the next Houdini. Just make sure you say hello to the king as you leave. And here at the Main Street Cinema, it's a lot different than the one at Walt Disney World. When you walk up, you must say hello to Miss Tilly. And if you look at her name tag, it says she's from Marceline, Missouri, which is where Walt Disney is from. And don't worry, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in here. It's a lot different than Walt Disney World. When you come inside, there are several different cartoon shorts being played all throughout the theater. So if you're looking for a place that's dark and trying to beat the heat, step inside the cinema. Oh, Disneyland, how I love you so much. I love this castle. It's so classic, and it's crazy to think that this is the exact castle that Walt Disney helped oversee the design and construction of. And I'm standing here looking at it with my own eyes. Next time you're walking across the bridge, pay attention as you're walking through the castle. Because as you make your way across the drawbridge, look up. Right there is the Disney family crest. Fantasyland. I do love this area. And there's one thing that always sticks out to me over here at the Dumbo attraction. At Walt Disney World, Timothy Mouse on top of the Dumbo attraction is holding a feather. But here at Disneyland, Timothy Mouse is holding a whip. You gotta think, back in 1955, times were different for animals. And it just always stands out to me that he's holding a whip still in the attraction here at Disneyland. And did you guys know at one point the Skyway bucket went right through the middle of Matterhorn Mountain? And there's pretty much nothing that remains here from the Skyway buckets except for a small set of a staircase. Right over here is the exit to Casey Jr. And if you walk straight ahead, check it out. You can see just a few steps that once led to the Skyway buckets. And right over here is another set of stairs that led to the Skyway buckets as well. They're trying to hide it right here behind the booth, but here are some of the stairs that led up to the entrance to the Skyway buckets back in the day. Nowadays, it's where you can buy some drinks and snacks, but right there is where they once were. Currently in Frontierland, where back in the day, this was actually dirt. This was a dirt road. There's two things here in Frontierland that I'm gonna show you guys. And one of them you can only see during the Halloween season. They have something here called the Halloween tree, and it's right above me. You see, I'm not making it up. On the night of Halloween 2007, this stately oak officially became the Halloween tree, realizing famed author Ray Bradbury's dream of having his symbol for the holiday became a part of Disneyland. Now, if you're wanting to come visit the Halloween tree, come at night because they have it all lit up and you can get a cool photo with you underneath all the pumpkins in the tree. And the next stop is right over here at the Crockett and Russell Hat Company. If you look at the window right in the center, you'll see it says Davy Crockett, Coonskin Cap Supply Company, Fess Parker, proprietor. Back when Disneyland first opened, Fess Parker and Buddy Ebsen, who were on the TV show and the movie Davy Crockett, made an appearance here on opening day at Disneyland, and every little boy was wearing a coonskin hat. If you were not wearing a Davy Crockett hat back in the day, you were nobody. And rarely do you see windows like that paying tribute to a specific person who had something to do with the Walt Disney Company. And I think it's really neat that they have one all the way out here in Frontierland paying tribute to Davy Crockett, Fess Parker. I wonder if Fess Parker and Buddy Ebsen actually walked on this exact path where I'm walking. You can almost feel the spirit of Davy Crockett out here in Frontierland. I wish I could have met Fess Parker or Buddy Ebsen. It was so cool to shake hands with Fess Parker, the king of the wild frontier. And for those of you who are real big fans of Davy Crockett, you can still ride Davy Crockett's canoes over here on the rivers of America. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is the Disneyland Monorail, where when you take the monorail here at Disneyland, it picks you up at downtown Disney and it takes you straight to Tomorrowland. Where at Walt Disney World, you know, the monorail takes you to the front of the Magic Kingdom. So if you get on the monorail here at Disneyland and you think you're gonna get dropped off at the front of the park, you are wrong. You're actually gonna get dropped off in Tomorrowland. Pretty crazy, right? And I think the reason why they let the monorail go to Tomorrowland is because it looks pretty futuristic, right? And you can still ride in the front of the monorail here at Disneyland, unlike Walt Disney World. The next time you're over here in front of Matterhorn Mountain, be sure to look out for footprints from the Yeti. It's weird to think right inside that mountain, Matterhorn Mountain, there's a few Yetis that you'll see on your ride. And right here below it, check it out. It's a Yeti footprint. And on the plaque it says, cast of footprint discovered by Matterhorn Expedition South Slopes from May 27th, 1978. That's that Disney detail that I really love. And the next time you buy popcorn here at Disneyland, be sure to look at the stand for something pretty unique. No, not the delicious, salty, buttery popcorn itself. But every single one of the stands has a different character that's slowly churning the popcorn. This one is a space lady. Check that out. And each of the popcorn stands has their own unique character for that themed land. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it's not as cool as the Moonliner here, but it's definitely something you should pay attention to. And while you're walking along the side of the rivers of America, pay attention to the petrified tree right here. There's a pretty big significance to that petrified tree. So back in 1956, Walt bought this petrified tree that once stood 200 feet tall from the Pike Forest fossil beds. His original idea was to take this tree back to California to his home. Exactly a year later, Lillian brought it here to Disneyland and said, it's just too big for the mantle at home. So she gave it to Disneyland as a gift, and it's been here ever since. In fact, check out this photograph of Lillian and Walt standing right in front of the tree. Pretty neat, right? Next stop is going to be inside Disneyland Story, presenting Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. Where most people don't realize how Walt thought of the idea for Disneyland, well, he was sitting in Griffith Park near Burbank, California. He was watching his daughters ride on the merry-go-round, and he thought, I wish I could create a place where families could go together and enjoy things as a family. Well, they have the actual park bench from Griffith Park right here. This is the bench that Walt was sitting on when he was watching his little girls ride the merry-go-round, and he thought about creating Disneyland. But this horse right here is on loan from Griffith Park, and this is from the merry-go-round that he was watching his daughters ride on. And there's a photograph of the merry-go-round that his daughters were riding on while he was sitting on said bench thinking about creating Disneyland. Now, although you can't sit on the park bench, you can at least stand by it and take a really cool photo. Thanks for Disneyland, Walt. And our last stop, friends, is going to be over on Royal Street in New Orleans Square. 33 Royal Street to be exact. And this is a history lesson. So you've all heard about the exclusive Club 33, right? Well, do you guys know why the club is called Club 33? Well, most people will tell you that it's the address of the building, 33 Royal Street. But there's another explanation too. So when the club was being built from 1966 to 1967, there were 33 original corporate sponsors. And since there were 33 corporate sponsors, Walt decided to call this club officially Club 33. And you're not just going to be able to walk into Club 33 either. No, my friends, to get into Club 33, you have to be a member, which makes it an exclusive club to Disneyland. But I thought it was neat finding out two different explanations to why they called it Club 33. So the next time you're here on Royal Street in New Orleans Square, try and find the Club 33 door. You can take a picture with that at least. Well, you guys, I think that about does it for today. Which means it's time to say goodbye. But I sure had a jolly holiday of a day here at Disneyland, showing you guys things you might not have noticed. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already, because it's free and it'll keep you updated with my latest video. If you would like to support World of Micah, please visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/World of Micah, where donating $1 a month can help fund videos just like this. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Micah, everybody. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.